I'm the head of English here at Hobart College, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about why you should choose an English in your Year 11 course. First of all, if you've got an A or a very strong B in Year 10 English, you can go straight to a pre-tertiary English, what we call a Level 3 English. We've got 3 choices: English 3, English Literature 3, or English Writing 3. If you've got a C or a strong D, then you might go into an English 2, and that's English Foundations 2 or English Applied 2. If you struggle with your reading and writing, you might choose Practical English 1. So let's take you around the department to meet some of our team. First of all, we'll go and meet Shannon and Caitlin to tell you a little bit about English 3.
Hi, I'm Shannon.
And I'm Caitlin.
We're English 3 teachers. English 3 is a popular course where we study contemporary texts with a focus on popular culture and understanding our society.
These texts include novels, films, plays, shorter texts such as novellas, media texts including ads, cartoons, film trailers and memes.
In each term we study a different module. In term 1 we did an adaptation study, so the texts that we looked at were either Breakfast at Tiffany's and The Shawshank Redemption.
In term 2 we have been studying the play Jasper Jones, which is an Australian play about coming of age growing up in an Australian country town.
In term 3 we're doing a genre study. Our genre of choice is dystopian fiction. Some of the texts that we study include The Circle, The Handmaid's Tale, 1984, Mad Max Fury Road, Children of Men, and the TV show Clever Man.
What's the difference with English literature? The difference with English literature is that we study a pre-20th century text. So, for example, we started the year with Shakespeare's The Tempest, and now students are working on an independent study. So the independent study is a choice from a text list. So there's a long list of choices, and you as a student get to choose what you're going to do. You write 2 sections, a creative section and an analytical section. So that's the independent study, and you don't have that in English 3. We also do modern text, so we're doing a pair text study, and this year we're going to do Arrival, a film, and we're going to pair that with a novel, The Lieutenant by Kate Grenville. So what we do is we look at what ideas are coming out of both of those texts, and we end the year with poetry. A lot of you might be a little bit nervous about poetry and think you don't like it, but what we actually find is that students love poetry and they come away from the year saying that was their favourite part. We'll look at 6 love poems from different eras. We look at the historical context behind the poem. So why is that author writing that poem at that particular time? So we look at the historical context of the poem and of the poet. That just about sums it up.
Hi, I'm Ellen Rees.
And I'm Hannah Warwick.
And we teach English writing.
English writing is a level 3 subject that allows you to explore what makes effective, engaging writing.
If you're someone who has a never-ending to-read list and a burning desire to tell a story, English writing will be a great subject for you.
Over the course of the year, you will work towards producing a folio for external assessment made up of your own writing.
As English writing is a subject that requires you to be motivated and organised, we recommend you undertake it in Year 12. If you love English, you can study Literature or English 3 in Year 11.
And save writing for Year 12.
They all count towards your ATAR.
We look forward to welcoming you at Hobart College next year.
If you're going to undertake a Level 2 course, here's the team to explain your choices.
So, you've decided to do a Level 2 English, but now you've got to decide which one. Are you going to do English Applied or English Foundations? Jacqueline?
Well, in English Applied, you'll get your literacy tick, as well as 15 TCE points.
The focus is on practical communication skills that will help you with whichever path you choose to take.
If you're seeking a vocational pathway or just want to enhance your skills in any area, this is the course for you.
You'll present your work in a variety of different ways, such as PowerPoints, brochures, and 1 essay throughout the year.
English Foundations is designed for students who intend to go on to pre-tertiary study. We focus on essay writing skills and deconstructing texts. This is done through reading texts and analysing them under big ideas like representation, persuasion, and belonging. We're going to watch films, watch TV, read short stories, and read a novel. And of course, there's going to be a bunch of essays.
Hi, we're Donna.
And Patrick.
And we're here to talk to you about media screen.
And print. Media is a practical subject involving both group and individual work with a range of media technologies. And we study three main areas.
We start off with news media, where you learn about the codes and conventions of news and produce your own news broadcast.
In term 2, we look at advertising, where we focus on codes and conventions and you get to produce your own advertising campaign.
And last is narrative, where you produce your own short film or documentary.
You can study these courses at both Level 2 and Level 3. Study at Level 2 if you want to keep doing media for both years.
Level 2 focuses on the practical skills and techniques.
And Level 3 uses those skills and techniques at a higher level of analysis and refinement. It also has an externally assessed folio as well as an exam at the end of the year. But ultimately, you should just do media because it's fun. High five.
So why should you choose an English in your Year 11 course? Well, the most requested subject by employers is English. They need to know that you can read and write, analyse content on the screen or on the page, that you understand human behaviour, the choices people make, the implications of those choices, that you can observe the world around you and communicate what you observe. English 3 is a requirement for all mainland universities, so that's either English Literature 3, English 3 or English Writing 3. The only university in Australia that doesn't require it is the University of Tasmania. We have a really vibrant debating club in English. We currently hold the Southern Colleges Shield and the Dean's Medal of Excellence. We have annual poetry competition and we have a whole lot of keen and enthusiastic students.
So looking forward to seeing you next year in English Literature.
We really look forward to seeing you in English 3 next year.
So we look forward to seeing you in 2021.